If you have a marriage under the Marriage Act and you try to marry a second one or marry a second one, that is a crime. So everybody who wants to marry, a smart person who wants to marry in Nigeria, should ask himself, what do you want? What do I want? What sort of marriage do I want? What sort of life do I want to live? Then you choose which law should govern your marriage. So Ned Nwoko is an intelligent man. He's a lawyer. He's well-traveled. Ned knew he wanted more than one wife. He knew. So he did not marry any woman under the Marriage Act. So he made it clear to everybody that he has right to marry more women. Also, Ned is a Muslim, but he did not marry under the Sharia. He married under the customary law of Anyoma people in Delta State, where he is from. So, Ned's marriage to Regina or any of his wives does not violate any law. It does not violate any promise. It does not violate any expectations of monogamy, because he was from the beginning clear that he was not going to be in a monogamous marriage. He wanted polygamy. So Ned did not violate any law. Compared to Yul Edochie, Yul married May under the Marriage Act. In the Marriage Act, it's very clear. And by marrying her under the Marriage Act, he and May understood they were going into a monogamous marriage. May understood there would not be a second wife. May understood from the beginning that she would be the only wife. Everybody around them, children, parents, understood that they would be in a monogamous marriage. So when Yul began to try to marry Judy, Yul was violating the law. He was violating a fundamental promise. He was violating his vow. He was committing an offense. Even if you don't enforce that offense, he committed a crime. So how can you compare the two? You can't. Anybody comparing the two is plain stupid, because they're on a different track. Ned Nwoko is following his track and his rights on that track according to law. Yul Edochie followed the English track, the Marriage Act track, and then wants to switch. In the middle of the race, he wanted to jump into another track. That is stupid. That's not right. You can't compare them. Now, let us do other things. There is something else you have to deal with when you come to marriage. You're dealing with the issue of fairness. 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 The promises you made to your wife at the beginning of this marriage, are you keeping to it? Are you keeping to that promise? You promised her monogamy, you promised her faithfulness, and you went sleeping with another woman for 6 years in secret, living a double life? No. Ned was clear. Ned told Regina. Regina saw it. Regina saw that Ned was married. And Ned told Regina, I'm going into a polygamy. And Ned told his other wives, according to them, they all understood it. They all welcomed Regina. So there was no deception. There was no fraud. There was no lie in Ned's case. But compared to Yul, Yul was a bloody liar. He lived a double life with a secret woman who was possibly married to another man. That's what we call double-edged adultery. Adultery against your wife, adultery against the husband of the woman you're messing around with. How dare you compare the two? Regina wasn't married to anybody when Ned met her. Indeed, Ned is proud that she was a virgin. And Ned was very candid. Regina was well informed. Even though so young, Regina's mother was involved in the process. So a parental consent and parental participation was achieved. So Ned played it straight. In accordance with his belief system, he wanted polygamy, and he pursued polygamy consistent with the law of his country. But Yul Edochie did something else. And have you ever seen Ned attacking any of the wives? I mean, have you ever seen Ned attacking any of his wives? Have you ever seen Regina attacking any of Ned's wives? Ned's other wives? Regina is praising them instead. But what do you have in Judy? Judy is monstrously pushing a campaign of calumny and smear against me. And you dare compare them. Something else you people don't understand, but you gotta understand today. Ned is taking care of all the children, all his children. He's paying their school fees, he's feeding them. Yul is not doing that. Yul is not supporting his children as we speak. He's not at all. Indeed, Yul told his daughter that their mother is making more money than him now. Can you imagine? So now you're going into polygamy, but you can't take care of the children? You want to try polygamy? So please, don't compare the two. Don't.
So guys, recently Nollywood actress Yvonne Jegede was on Nedu's podcast where she came and said a whole lot of nonsense. She talked about her failed marriage and how she left her marriage because her husband wasn't speaking to her for 3 weeks whilst she was pregnant. She also said she was a major contributor, like she was like the provider of the family, and how her husband was super sensitive and a whole lot of nonsense. She said that's not the crux of this vlog. And she went on to talk about Yul Edochie, saying there is nothing wrong with what he did, that he didn't do anything wrong for taking a second wife, that a lot of people who are criticizing Yul Edochie on social media are products of polygamy, some are even products of secret wives. She went on to say that she knows that what she's saying is going to get her trolled, but she doesn't care and doesn't mind. Well, I respect that, to be very honest. I like people that are audacious. I like people that do not care. But I really want to know why a woman who left a union because of something I would consider minute is now talking about another. Like, how can? Like, what was she thinking? I had to ask somebody, is there something they give to these people that when they come on podcasts, they'll start saying a whole lot of nonsense? Like, I really want to know. She also said that a lot of people admire Ned and Regina, but where they draw the line is at Yul Edochie, that Regina is married to a polygamous man, and how come she doesn't get as much heat as Yul Edochie? And I'm like, I know that Nigerians are not good at drawing parallels, but I mean, Ned is a Muslim to start with. I shouldn't even be explaining this, for Christ's sake. Ned is a Muslim man. Regina came in, I think, his 5th wife or 4th. In fact, her immediate senior wife, I think her name is Leila, the one from across Nigeria. She was at Regina's traditional marriage to show that she is in support. You would see them commenting on each other's, posts and all that. Regina knows that her husband is polygamous, and she knows that this man can decide to take another wife. He is a Muslim. But May Edochie married her husband, a Catholic. They wedded in church, they wedded in court. This man did not have the courtesy to inform her that he was taking a second wife. She found out on social media. So how is Yul Edochie and Ned Nwoko the same? Yul is not the first person to take a second wife. He is not the last. People have taken before him. People have taken after him. But the problem is his attitude. His attitude. Okay, aside doing this, he has constantly ridiculed his ex-wife on social media. Is it right? And now May's lawyer has come out to say that this man has even stopped caring for his children. He told his first daughter that her mom makes more money than him, so she should pay the bills. Can you imagine that? And yet this lady May Edochie has never come out to openly criticize this man. Why would he do that? So how is Yul Edochie the same with Ned Nwoko? Please, I need someone to explain this to me like I'm a child. These are two different scenarios, two different stories, like they are not the same in any way. So I don't get the comparison. So I was really offended by that statement by Yvonne. And of course, people trust Nigerians now. They shredded her like shredded beef. Because you'll be wondering, she claimed she has apologized. I'm not going to post her apology. If you want to see, go to her page. She eventually apologized, saying that she didn't trivialize it. After she saw the interview, she realized that her intentions. No. Even when I saw that interview, I was like, she's probably dating somebody's husband. That is why she feels the strong need to come out and defend Yul Edochie. Because she is dating somebody's husband. You ran away from your own home. You could not stay. May stayed for 16, maybe 17 years. She was the breadwinner. She was tolerating a cheating husband. May packaged Yul in such a way that you would think that person a human being. No go no say na ewu. Yes, she packaged him in a manner that made him. Okay, look at a whole flavor buried his dad, and Yul was nowhere in sight. So-called live ambassador. He was nowhere in sight. And before this incident happened, he was gradually beginning to integrate into Obi Kubana's circle. But of course, after this thing happened, everybody just backed him. Because it's not enough that you have a second wife. Act right. Act like somebody that has common sense. You would not. A total efulefu. Like, do the right thing. And this man went to court, lied that you are not married, because of course you know that you can be sued, because polygamy is not acceptable under the law. So all these things, it just got me so upset. And then coupled with the fact that yesterday Yul now posted his daughter, and Nigerians said what? Guys, you need to see the comments. Let me show you. So recall that Daniela, who is Yul's first child, recently dropped his surname and changed her name completely on Instagram. And this is what her father posted yesterday. Daughter of life, squad leader, supermodel, Jadon, Daniela Dubem, Yul Edochie. He tagged her. That's her Instagram name. The girl did not even respond as she would always. She ignores him. She has never responded to any of his, appreciation and all that. This is the same girl he told that he does not have money, that her mom is now richer than him. But look at him posting on Instagram. A clout chaser. And I love how Nigerians say, shredded him like you would think that is not even his daughter. Someone said she will never comment or like after disgracing them. You were posting her. Another said, Chai, he wanted to praise me like this but can't, so he's doing it through his daughter. The praises came from the soul, not the native Dibia praises he rained on Judy. The difference is clear. This one came from the deepest soul, while the side chicks own are incantations. And the funny thing, he made this post even before May's lawyer, made this address, posted the video you saw in the beginning today. So this was actually yesterday. I really don't want to post all the comments, because if I do, YouTube will go gaga. And please, for the clowns that will come here and tell me, oh, don't say that about Yul Edochie. Chineke ga-akpụ n'ọkụ. You guys are lucky that YouTube is strict about words. If not, mkparịta unu amanu unu bụcha ndị ara. Because I see some comment, why did they call you Lefu? He's not a Fulefu. Now your papa be a Fulefu. Since you want to defend somebody that even his family members have denounced, now you want to carry on for head. Online in Loshi. So guys, Queen May Edochie currently runs a business, a makeup brand. Please go to her Instagram or Facebook page. If you would like, let's say maybe the numbers, I would see how I'll maybe put that in the description box if you want it. So please guys, let's support her business. She sells makeup products. Let's support makeup. She sells makeup products, and let's also support the brands she works with. Please, that's the only way we can support her. She's a single mother raising 3 amazing kids. Remember that she lost one of her sons during this process, and even after she lost that son, the Efulefu Yul was still dancing like a paid clown on Instagram with his sack of rice. So guys, enough of the talks. Please, let's support May Edochie. That's just my own. Let's support her, okay? Thank you guys for your time. And for those that will have, if you know you're going to defend Yul Edochie, in fact, don't bother, because if I see your comment, I'll delete it. That's what I want to assure you now. So if you like, write from beginning. Once I just see your comment, it will disappear. Let's see who gets tired.